Hey, it's Sam from Picture and Color Media here, checking out our latest toy, which is this, the Varavon Birdycam 2. I wasn't really aware there was a Birdycam 1, but this is the latest version, the 2, with folding handles. Top handle, it's got a stand that you can mount onto a tripod, or it's got feet that you can mount onto the tabletop or the ground for you to help balance it. Speaking of balancing, I did manage to get this balanced 5D Mark III with a 24-105, which is my lens and body of choice when I'm using right now the Steadicam Pilot. Balancing was really a breeze. There's lots of really nice toolless adjusters. You need nothing but your thumbs and perhaps a coin. Got the side-to-side balance, the fore and aft balance, and of course the roll, the pitch, yaw, and roll. So got that using Varavon's video, very helpful video that they have in Vimeo. I'll have that in a link for you there. I would say 10-15 minutes for the initial balance, and after that it was just a matter of firing it up and figuring out how the buttons work. There's no instructions whatsoever that came with it as far as electronics go. I did figure out that you have to flip the switch on the battery, flip the switch on the included controller, which is very useful here. I'm going to quickly show you how this all works. I'm not even going to fire up the unit without any battery power. I'm just going to loosen it and pull it out for you. You can already see, even without the motors working, this is actually very much still a mechanical device. You've got everything balanced. I hit the thumb control once to put into mode 1. It initializes, and this is the very basic follow me mode. Now you're not going to get any pan and tilt out of it. It's only going to keep your horizon level, which works very well in some situations. And when you pan, it's going to follow your pans. If you go too quickly, you can actually get your arms into the shot. So you need to kind of make your responses very measured. I think with some practice, it becomes second nature. Okay, so you can see this works quite well, more or less as advertised. You can actually hear the electronic motors beeping away. Is it going to get into the audio recording? Maybe. But for these types of shots, generally, I'm not really looking for anything except scratch audio. Okay, we're going to put it into mode 2 by double tapping on the controller. Initializes again, and this time we have our thumb control. Doesn't actually move very quickly. I think this is about the max speed that you can go, but it is quite smooth. And you can actually make it even slower. Okay, it's inverted aim, so it's just like playing GoldenEye on N64. You push forward to point down, and you pull back to point up. Okay, in the third mode, by triple tapping. Not sure what this does. You don't get any more joystick control, but oh, okay, now I know what it does. You do get the full follow me mode with the pan and tilt. Mode 1 was only pan. So now you get both pan and tilt. Pretty straightforward electronics package. So far the results are quite good. I really like the build quality so far. It really is superb. It's definitely a step up from the usual products you get out of China, which is probably a step down in terms of price, but I think a big sacrifice in terms of quality. The Varavon, Canova, they tend to make very nice stuff. I don't see many exposed wires. There is some that you see around the back, but overall it's a very, very tidy setup. I mainly got this for situations where it's not practical to use the Steadicam Pilot, which is something I've been using handheld for some time now. It works really well. It's a mechanical device, it's not electronic, so there's nothing to break. And I've been very happy with the Steadicam Pilot, but there are situations where I run into limitations. For example, shooting out of helicopters for some of my projects, I want something that's a bit smaller that I can shoot out of the side of the window without the obstructions of the sled. And shooting cars and motorbikes for my driving program, drivingvancouver.ca or youtube.com/drivingvancouver. For those situations, I really want something I can shoot out of a hatchback of a car, outside of a window of a van to catch bikes and cars. So this should come in real handy. I haven't had a chance to test it out yet, but those should be coming further down in the season. In the meantime, I got a few quick test shots for you, shooting my neighbor coming out of his garage. And I'll let you be the judge for yourself. But I find that so far, using it as if I'm using a Steadicam, you know, handheld. Weight-wise, it's about, I think it's about the same weight as the Pilot, but with the Pilot, I'm having to use it mostly one-handed. My rig is about 14 pounds here, and you know, I can shoot for about 20-second takes at a time before my arms start shaking and I start getting tired. And I think I can shoot a little longer on the Birdycam by virtue of the fact that you can use both arms to distribute the load as opposed to having to do everything with one arm. But I intend to shoot a lot more with this device over the next little while. Hopefully lots more cars and bikes and outside of helicopters. And I'll be sure to share the results with you, especially compared to a traditional Steadicam Pilot. And with the Pilot's arm and vest, which makes using one of these for extended periods much, much easier. Fortunately, at this point, there's no way to add arm and vest to the Birdycam. But you know, being able to use it with both arms is already a big plus for endurance.